This morning, for the first time in humanity's long and storied history, the sun did not rise. Osiris tells me it's a Vex simulation that has plunged the city into an endless night. It seems they have found a way to harness our energy against us. And even in all his wisdom, Osiris can offer no solution.
Now this is how you get my attention, Bungie. Let's look back at the amazing start of... the slightly unstable start to Season 14. As we look back at what happened this week in Destiny 2. Because of the Vex simulation, we go to Europa to search for Mithrax, where we find a recorded message left by him. Have a look.
See if you can learn where they're headed.
Over their positions. Trigger, message repeat. This is Mithrax. To those who renounce the violence of House Salvation and seek refuge in the House of Light. I will be landing a skiff near Asterian Abyss. Bring only what you need. We must prioritize survivors over their positions. Trigger, message repeat.
Asterian Abyss. That's their rendezvous point. A single skiff recently touched down near your position. It's got to be Mithrax. Hurry, Guardian.
The aforementioned skiff is shortly found by us in the Asterian Abyss. There we find a few dead Elixni, among many Vex, who are possibly also interested in meeting Mithrax. Mithrax, meanwhile, is escorting Elixni away from Europa. When we meet him, he uses his newly rediscovered Splicer tech to send us into the Vex network, to bind the Vex and help everyone escape safely.
Did you send them into a Vex simulation?
The path before them is no illusion. The Guardian ventures through the Vex domain itself, where the machines guard their most precious secrets. I will clear the way.
There we can also, just for a few seconds, see a very strange pinkish hydra that could be important later on.
The system is collapsing. Hold strong. I will create another exit.
Once Mithrax pulls us back out, Ikora asks Mithrax to bring the Fallen into the last city to grant them safety.
Mithrax, I saw those who wished to join you dead in the snow. Let them be the last to fall. Come, shelter in our city, you and your people.
Ikora Kell, can you offer the Elixni such a thing?
I just did. You'll be under the Vanguard's protection. The Vex are the enemy here, and any Lightbearer who disagrees can take it up with me.
Then we accept. With light in our hearts, we will join you in your city, beneath the Traveler.
Mithrax and the other Elixni settle in the Bodster town ruins, where we previously fought off Insurrection Prime, the Celt Scourge. There we can also find lots about the culture and history of the Elixni, as the scribe of House Light, Ido, and daughter to Mithrax, has prepared many audio tapes to preserve their culture.
Hello, my name is Ido. My father is Mithrax, Kell of our house. I took my name from his first awoken friend, Sierra Ido. As scribe for the House of Light, it's my job to preserve our house's history, so that hatchlings may one day learn our stories. Mithrax Kell requested that I leave some records for the humans of the last city, so they might learn about Elixni culture in their own time. As he says, inside a catch, everyone breathes the same air. Though I have doubts that the humans will care to hear our stories, The snipers who look down on us do not seem like the curious types. But the great machine has chosen them, so I must give them the benefit of my faith. Hopefully this effort does not go wasted.
But there is much to see, too much for this video, which is why I will link a video here showcasing everything you can interact with in the camp. The Eliksni also have made their way into the Helm, where they oversee the loading bay. There we can talk to the seasonal vendor, the Splicer servitor. It is here where we also obtain the Splicer gauntlet, a special gift from Mithrax to us.
I have prepared something for you. A Splicer gauntlet. The first made for a non-Eliksni. The ether it pulls from defeated foes will let you override the Vex signals. Push back and enter the machine domain as you did on Europa. Bring me data from within, and together we will discover its secrets. Fight bravely. Free your people from this endless night.
With all these components, we make our way back to Europa to overload the Vex network, as we enter the new activity, Override. In a new 6-player match-made activity, we access a Vex conflux and overload it to a point where we can enter the network and face off against powerful Vex minds. And finally, we also have the return of Ada 1, who is now in charge of managing armor synthesis.
And now, the forges are gone. If I hope to maintain the armory's legacy, it's clear I must build something new. The fallen refugees who fled Europa tell of some unfinished Braytech research on matter programming. I believe it could be a new start for the armory. I've used the Vanguard network to download as much as I can. But some branches can't be accessed remotely, and Europa remains a dangerous front for the Lightless. I need you to enter the Braytech facilities and download the data manually.
Together with our help, we secure some Braytech components and help Ada to activate her loom.
I'm receiving data now. Oh, this is incredible work and well annotated. So that's how they solved for diatomic partitioning, and the macrofusion blending is just... Apologies. It's just exciting to see the final pieces in front of me. There's a component listed here, some sort of processing unit to calculate the threading algorithms. Yes, that's it. Meet me back in the armory hall and we'll see what this puzzle looks like when finished.
Time, perhaps. Incredible. I felt confident in my interpretation of their schematics, but to see it actually working is something else entirely. When I used to think about the armory, about my responsibility to it, the weight was almost unbearable. Even in this body, I felt like I could never get enough air. Now, for the first time in a long while, I feel relieved and eager. The synth weave produced by this prototype won't provide combat effectiveness, but I will continue to explore possible applications. Perhaps Ikora could use it for disguising her hidden. With more tensile strength, it could reduce maintenance time on Redjacks. I don't know what discoveries lie ahead, but I'm eager to find them. Thank you, Guardian. I can't express what this means to me. Now, shall we give it a try?
That's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next week.